And welcome back to Stargeekz. Oh, we've been off for what, 2 weeks at this point?
2 weeks, yeah.
And we missed some reviews of the Bad Batch. Well, we missed me going to Star Wars to Star Wars and Disney in Florida and seeing a Lil.
Yeah, we did.
It was. What's up, Zombie Hunter?
Yo.
It was very fun. I had a good time in Florida. You know, it was fun. It was good. I had a good time. Fell asleep in a Lil's house. Just knocked out recording the show last week.
He did. He literally did. He went into his chair right in front of there and just started snoring while Steve and I were talking. So
wow,
it's pretty hilarious. I was trying to record it, but I didn't have my mic set up right. So
I was exhausted, but I did go to Galaxy's Edge, and there's some, I'll keep my reviews light. There's things I wish they would have did, there, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm sorry. Let me not hog this up. This is Sean.
This is all Will.
This is Ed, and
we would be honored if you would join us.
Thank you.
Yes, we would.
Yes. Ed, I'll let you start this off because my little, I got some stuff from Galaxy's Edge I'm going to share after we go through our little news segment because Ed, I know you got a lot of news built up.
Oh, well, some of it's not really news because I wasn't sure if we were recording last week or not, so I prepared. It's my way. So I have the news from last week, which we'll cover, but a lot has happened recently in Star Wars. The lighter things is, and I'm excited for this because I loved the Knights of the Old Republic. The remake is still in the works. According to the CEO of Saber Interactive, he said that the game is alive and well and dedicated to making sure that it will exceed our expectations. So I'm excited for that. But like I said, that was...
I mean, as long as they change the graphics on it, I'm fine.
I'm sure they will. I mean, again, it's an old game, but the gameplay was fantastic. The storyline was good, and it was a nice, fresh look at Star Wars at that particular point in time. There's been a lot of interviews with the cast from Acolyte, and I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're a fan of Star Wars, take the time to read some of them. They are fantastic. I know just one of the things that I really enjoyed was they were talking to Carrie-Anne Moss down there in the corner who played Trinity from The Matrix. And she even made a comment that she's enjoying this because of what she's calling Force Fu, the fighting style we saw, which she referenced Keanu Reeves and how he has his gun fu that he uses in John Wick. But then she was also saying that her character in this, Master Indara, is very much inspired by Trinity. So there's some character crossover that she's bringing to it, which I loved the character of Trinity, especially in the first Matrix. They a little off track going after the first one, but there's a lot from these different actors talking about their characters, and it's some great stuff.
Doesn't Daphne Keane down there look like Shatara? Like, if I was looking at this from
I didn't even think about that, dog.
Like, I'm looking at that and I'm like,
yeah,
the Thundercats remake? Let's go. Let's add the Thundercats in the Star Wars universe.
Live action Thundercats.
Dude,
all right.
It would be so easy to do at this point. I don't understand why they haven't done it yet. It doesn't make any sense.
If you have a ton of time on May the 4th, they're talking about doing a Star Wars marathon of all 9 movies. I could probably do the first 7, and then I'm bailing after that. But
I can't even do that, dude.
I'm gonna say at the theater.
Yes,
yeah.
I can't.
So they're gonna be like going 18 hours straight, 18 plus.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do an MCU thing. You know how they did that? They did that shit too. Remember, all the way up to fucking.
Yeah, when people were like watching 30 movies. Yeah, that's nuts. I just can't.
Yeah,
Star Wars is a little easier. It's only like a certain amount of.
Only 9.
Yeah.
So
you could come in late, come to the end of Phantom Menace. Watch Qui-Gon die, and then move on.
Yeah.
Now I'd look to see if it's local. I may jump in for part of it. I have to wait.
Are you going to do it? Are you serious?
I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot going on because I've got some travel coming up.
Yeah,
first week, but I would like to. This was
Okay,
the
we're
best.
going. We're going to Ed. We're going. Either me, you, and Lil are going to do a review of this, a live one, because there's some really cool shit that came out of that. That was really awesome. All this
Zombie Hunter, the theater is going to smell glorious. It's going to smell like Sith and Jedi all over.
Shitting in their robes.
I captured a few screenshots from this trailer they gave us. Now, obviously, they gave us a release date, August 30th. Proud to say I have already pre-purchased this game.
Already?
Oh, as soon as they told me I could, I was in.
Are you getting a physical copy or a digital copy?
No, I don't need a physical copy anymore. It's I have no. I know you're our video game collector there, but
yeah, I kind of, you know what? After seeing the little shit, I kind of respect the fact that he actually does have physical copies. Seeing his collection, I'm kind of like, yeah, you kind of, it's not bad. I get it.
But we knew that this was in the time period between Empire and Jedi. And when they gave us this shot, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So she is on Tatooine in Jabba's palace while Han and Carbonite is right there hanging on the wall.
I know, it is so awesome.
So good.
Did you see the trailer?
I did not. I have to go back. There's a few trailers I did not catch up on. So I didn't even see the Joker 2 trailer yet. So
yeah, this was awesome.
That's cool. That's in Outlaw?
Yeah. Yes.
So this is in between 4 and 5?
Correct.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And the way they build up the storyline is that, and it makes sense, and it's so good that the Empire is so busy with the rebellion that they're turning a blind eye, and the criminals are just going in there. They're in glory.
Hello, we gotta look at the trailer. We might have to do a reaction video.
So good.
It's really good.
But it looks good. The little things that you pick up on, like she's here on the pikes, and they're going, all right, until you get a little bit more cred, get the hell out of here. So while we haven't gotten any specifics on the actual gameplay, I mean, obviously this leads up to letting you know that you're going to have different cred levels depending on factions and planets, which will open up doors or close doors depending on how the game is played. So here again, she is in Jabba's palace, which also looks so good.
I know, dude. Oh, yo, Ed, when we play this game, it's good. I would love to live Twitch it. Like, I don't know how to do any of that stuff, but man,
yeah,
freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, no, once they tell us how it's going to work, especially, I don't think there is, but if there's any kind of co-op, yeah, we may have to do something with that. I love this character. He's one of the old commando droids from, so
very, very cool how they used that character and made it gave it a personality.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really cool. I can't wait to see the interaction with this character. Like, I'm very curious, but, I mean, man, dude, like, I don't know. This may be the best Star Wars game I've been looking forward to. Wow.
Looking forward to, absolutely. Although I try not to get too hyped up because I've been let down on so many games.
Yeah, but not in the last couple of years, because Jedi Fallen Order and
they were good.
Great. Yeah, those are great.
But my expectations for this are very high, especially with the open world concept. I mean, I'm envisioning a Fallout 3, Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto, but with Star Wars flavor. You're absolutely right. It does need a co-op, or maybe at some point they'll do an online version like Grand Theft Auto.
Co-op? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. And you can create your own character. That's what everybody's really waiting for. Like, everybody wanted that single player to be like, you create your own character. I don't understand why they just gave you a basic, like they gave you just one character. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's fine. You can make me run through the storyline with this character. I don't care.
Yeah.
Give me an online version and let me create my own character and give us like I said, GTA online type, but in the Star Wars world. Yeah. I'm just going to have to quit my job. So
I'm sure your family is going to appreciate that.
Yeah.
That. Have you ever seen that episode of South Park when they got into gaming?
I
and
remember.
they were playing World of Warcraft, and
Yeah.
Cartman shit in a bucket. His mom brought down the bucket for him. That it's nasty. Mom, where are the Pop-Tarts? Or the
Pop-Tarts, Mom.
the Hot Pockets. That's right. They needed Hot Pockets. That's right.
So that was one piece of fantastic news. And this, I had no idea this was coming.
No.
Oh,
No, I didn't even
shit.
see it coming. Didn't even know it. And when I watched it, I was like, damn. Like, they gave us stuff that we probably wasn't even asking for.
Oh,
they still talked at us.
And so, like Tales of the Jedi, where they gave us 2 separate storylines, and it filled in some gap of things that, like you said, didn't realize we needed until we found out about it. Then we know this is the same exact thing. So the 2 storylines they're giving us, first one is with Elsbeth, and it gives us the introduction of her.
Got a lot of games in the last 3. Yeah.
Her introduction to Thrawn to kind of show how that relationship starts off.
Hello, did you see this trailer?
I did watch this trailer.
Oh, wow.
And I had the, for some odd reason, like my subtitles were on, and so this is that meeting happened before he became Grand Admiral. He was just Admiral. Yeah. Right. So
as she's talking about her world burning, literally and figuratively.
She was a Night Sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when the Empire destroyed the Night Sisters.
Well, it wasn't the Empire. That was
wasn't it the Empire?
No, because it was during the Clone Wars.
Was it during the Clone Wars?
Because that's where you get some imagery here, and this is of course.
I thought Dooku and it was the Empire that just
it wasn't the Empire yet.
It wasn't the Empire yet. Damn it. Yeah.
Yes. Right. So, which makes sense, because why would she join the Empire if the Empire was who wiped out her sisters?
Right.
So.
True. Zombie Hunter agree. The games that are co-op will last the longest. That's the ones play the most.
I mean, this scene here of her with her enchanted blades
and Grievous.
And she's got the makeup going from the Night Sisters. So good.
Yeah.
And I love how it brings us to where we find her in Ahsoka.
I know, right? Well, no, this was it Ahsoka? It wasn't. It was Mandalorian.
No,
it was in the Mandalorian, but
with that episode that brought back Ahsoka,
which was great though. Which was like, oh, okay, like they're really trying to, they're trying to tie all this shit together, man. they are trying to make shit like, you know what, we're gonna have to do all this and do all this to fix something. So respect.
And then the big surprise, we finally find out what happens with Berzoffi.
Yeah, did we not have this conversation before?
We may have had the conversation,
but we had this conversation.
But yes, they're going to fill in the blanks, and it looks so good.
I know, dude. It really. I'm glad to see her character back, and for them to tell the story of what we didn't know, which is awesome as shit. I'm like, oh,
yes,
I can see that happening. Like I understand, what it was that the Inquisitors and how she can become an Inquisitor, but I don't know if it's gonna stick. I'm just saying. That's just me.
Yeah. So
I don't know what sister she's gonna be though. I'm curious to know what sister she is.
Yeah.
Does it say? It didn't really say, right?
Not that I recall. No, it's not yet.
I don't know.
So,
we'll find out.
Yeah.
Cool little trial, and then there's what that was one of the Sith. One of the Inquisitors that was in Ahsoka in Tales of the Jedi. That is the other one is the guy who turned into green mist.
Yes, from Ahsoka.
From Ahsoka. Ahsoka's pretty much taking out all the Inquisitors if you kind of think about it.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if there's any crossover. I doubt there would be, but between this arc and the one with Elsbeth, because obviously that character bridges the gap between the two of them. So, I don't know. it would be interesting if they give us any of that, because that was always one of the big questions during the Ahsoka series is, who's this character, who's behind the mask, and then
Well,
of course he
and-
goes to green smoke. But
Yeah, the other Inquisitor is she was in Obi-Wan.
yes,
I'm not.
so.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm curious if they're going to show what's the girl from Obi-Wan, the Inquisitor from Obi-Wan. You think they'll show her too?
It would be great if they did. Again, just kind of tying everything together.
Yeah, give her a little backstory before.
I don't know.
Well, she was still an Inquisitor, so I would assume
She was
at this time. Yeah, I would assume she was still an Inquisitor. Yeah.
Darth Vader.
And Vader shows up. Ooh. I wonder how Vader.
Anytime Vader shows up,
I wonder how he feels though. All his Inquisitors kind of failed. If you ever think about it, they all kind of failed. Like, you didn't do a good job with your Inquisitors. You didn't test them good enough.
You have failed me for the last time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of failures that divided.
I was going to say, it was more than the last time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of failures.
That's the way to get rid of them.
Yeah,
put them out there, give them the impossible task, and when they fail, you just kill them.
A lot of stuff is on Vader's watch. Kind of didn't go too well. I'm gonna be honest with you. He may not be that great of a villain. Like, on your watch, the Death Star got blown up, bro.
What?
Huh?
Twice.
Yeah. On your watch, Luke Skywalker, you told him that you were his father, and he escaped. And on your watch, he didn't turn to the dark side. And on your watch, you also had to kill the Emperor. Man, you got a lot of shit got past you, bro. You may not be as the best Sith that you.
All right, you're ruining Darth Vader for me.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he's not wrong, right?
No, he's definitely not wrong.
And you look at basically the amount of machinery that has kept him alive. Like he's probably lost a lot of that skill.
Yeah, I'm making a shirt that Darth Vader didn't do shit. That's a new shirt. That's a Stargeekz new shirt. Vader did.
Ed's not signing off on that.
No, well, sorry.
So the only other thing that I was reading today, which I found funny, but it's probably really not that funny, was that there was an armed man on a train in Scotland, and police were called. They went to the train, picked him up. It was a guy in stormtrooper armor carrying his stormtrooper blaster. I mean, I know the world we live in that everybody's worried about gun violence, but yes, he's been cosplaying. He was on his way to an event, and so they pretty much told him that
he's lucky. He's lucky that didn't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he said stormtrooper armor.
Yeah, well, luckily he wasn't in the shadow trooper armor. He probably would. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
So I think you
ain't wrong.
Yeah,
you picked up a few things on your travels, didn't you?
I did, Ed. I did. During I did at Galaxy's Edge. As much as I was meh about it, I did pick up some stuff. Hello, I'm sorry. I had to.
That's okay. We've had this conversation. I don't disagree with your feelings.
And I'm gonna say, because it's not original trilogy stuff. It's all First Order, Rey and Finn and Poe Dameron stuff. And to me, that doesn't scream Star Wars to me. Like, original trilogy stuff screams more Star Wars to me. And I understand why they did it, but they're gonna have to change that over time at some point, because everybody's not gonna be like, oh, let's go on the Rise of the Resistance. Like, dude, you need to change that up and make that like Rise of the Rebellion or something. Like, that would be awesome. And then you can convert a lot of that stuff over to, and I mean, I'm pretty think. Listen, they put all this money into it. They can change it all if they want to. A lot of that could be Darth Vader, Princess Leia, like a lot of that stuff, like a lot of it's like 3D, like it's all like screen stuff. So like you can change it all up if you wanted to. The only thing you probably couldn't change is like all the stormtroopers that are sitting there. But you could, I mean, you got enough money, you might as well just put new helmets on them. It's not. I don't think it's hard to change it up to a new trilogy. I just think I don't know if they're gonna do it, but it would be awesome. The Millennium Falcon, amazing. Like,
well, you also got to remember, like, the concept and everything for this was built after episode or during and then after episode 7.
yeah.
So the hype was real for 7. Like, right, we were in love with it. Everything, nothing could go wrong. Everything was already in production, right? And then, like, even with the hate that 8 got, it still made a ton of money. So it's like, is it the critics? Do the fans still love it? And then 9 kind of still made money, but kind of fell. Like, you know, that's where they kind of felt that loss. But at that point, this was all done. You know, this was all, you know, there being built. So I think they are. I mean, because they've already brought in Mandalorian and Grogu. They've been incorporating that, the new Star Tours, some of the screens. They have the space whales. They have all these other things that they're putting in.
Yeah.
So I do feel that eventually it's just going to be kind of like a complete saga. You know what I mean? Because, like, I would love to see Darth Maul walking around, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool. Like, you know, have it. And Darth Maul used to be there. Like, they used to have in front of Star Tours, there was a stage where they would do Jedi Training Academy. And Darth Maul and Darth Vader would come out and train kids. You know what I mean? And like, they would have the good guys and they would have the bad guys. And you have to, you know, because Alex and Mia did it once. I have those old photos when they were little. And it was a lot of fun. And Mia loved, because she loved Darth Maul. Darth Maul was her favorite character.
Right.
So she was so happy when she got to, like, bang her lightsabers against Darth Maul, you know, and so, like, they're there. It's there. I just think, like, they've invested a lot. So it's like, let this run its course. And then when you're going to start making some upgrades and some changes, then we're going to start incorporating more and more and more. Because I've said that many times. Even me and Jenny agree. Like, we talk about it. We're like, you know, Luke Skywalker was walking around here, like, Jedi Luke. You just get some blonde guy with a black Jedi suit and a green saber. Like, everyone's going to flock to him, right? And, like, you don't need to change even the rides at this point. You could just do that stuff, and it'll still be a big draw. Like, Mando showing up with Grogu, huge hype for that. That was crazy. And, like, even just May the 4th, right? May the 4th is sold out. Like, I can't even go to the park. Like, it's sold out that day, like, already well ahead of time, because there's still love for it. But I get what you're saying, and I agree. Like, I wanted more, and I don't know if I talked about it on the show being on the Star Cruiser. I think the most fun I had in Batuu was that day we were on the Star Cruiser getting off and having to do our missions, and how that story was told throughout Batuu to get us back on the ship. And that was so much fun, because there's a lot of details around Batuu.
Yeah, you're right. There again, I took a lot of.
You did. I saw your photos and stuff online, and
a lot of, you know, little small stuff.
But you can control a lot of that stuff, like with the apps and stuff. Like, people don't realize that. They're just looking at these. Oh, this is really cool. Like, this little centerpiece thing, and it's like, oh, that there's an app there that you could actually make this thing light up, make this thing sound off, make this thing do these things. You have these different things. And I just think once the Star Cruiser went down, some of that detail kind of got lost. And I do wonder if they're going to bring that back, because there's even, like, QR games that you can do with an app.
Yeah.
But I think that's the other thing too. Like, it's like a lot of people got to go through there, hit the rides, and go out, you know, because there's other parts of the park. You know, now I got to go ride Slinky Dog. Now I got to go ride Tower of Terror. You know what I mean? So it's really tough to immerse yourself.
It is.
When 30 feet down the way, you're in Toy Story Land, and 30 feet the other way, you're with the Muppets.
It's very crowded, and, like, it's hard to enjoy all that because it is but so small. It's not that big. You think it's, like, super big, but it really isn't. Now, granted, it's beautiful. Like, it looks amazingly beautiful. Like, you know, everything, but it just lacks of original trilogy stuff. Like, it'd be nice to see a Greedo walking around, or, you know, different aliens they should have. like every hour, like coming out. Like, you know, I was tired of seeing the damn.
I'll do it.
You know, but yeah, I'm serious. Like, they should have a C-3PO. Like,
Fernando loves himself some Muppets. I love that Muppet 3D movie too.
Yeah, they should have C-3PO walking out. Like, you know, oh hello, like, you know, like they should have like all these goddamn droid builders. And you try to tell me that y'all ain't got an R2D2 like sitting in the back ready to come out there just to see people? They do this shit at Comic-Cons all the time. Why is it that they couldn't get a hold of an R2D2 unit and just let it roll around? Like, and I know they have little droids that they're doing, but like they're it's like they're not sticking to the shit that needs to be there. There should be a Han Solo and Carbonite in there. Easily. There should be a Boba Fett. They should have a Boba Fett like standing up just as a statue, like standing up on top of the rocks or something like that, just kind of looking down and, you know, making voices like, you know, keep it moving, or, you know, something like it. It's just there's a lot more they could have did with it, and it's beautiful, but it's something that's like it's missing. But again,
and you're right, the original trilogy that's missing.
Yeah. So what I picked up, I did get some Imperial credits, and these things are awesome. Like, yo, real shit. Like, they put a lot. They put stuff into this because these things are very, very heavy. Like, they're very like heavy. Like, if you hear it on the thing, it's like really nice. And I mean, you know, it's like a coin. It literally is like a coin. I'm kind of mad at myself. I didn't get the rest of like the flan and like everything else. So really, really cool. Alil, I'm gonna need you for that.
I was gonna say you've got somebody here that can go pick that stuff up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to pick up a lot more shit for me. I'm gonna be honest. I got I was gravitating towards this one. I did get the Medal of Yavin. Really great piece, man. Again, I know Master Replicas did one, but this is damn near the same thing. Like, it is beat by
a lot
beat.
cheaper than Master Replicas.
It really is, and it's the same thing. It's the same exact like model and mold, and it's Lucasfilm license. So if you're going there to get Lucasfilm stuff, and it's good shit. So, although I did pick up a popcorn bucket.
I was gonna ask if you did.
I did. Yes, I did.
You didn't tell me that. Look at that.
I'm sorry. I thought I did tell you.
No,
it lights up in the back.
Lights up. I know. It lights up and doesn't it make sound too?
No.
I think there's a button on it that's supposed to do sounds.
Does it? I didn't get that one. Let me get that memo. Like, no, I don't think. Yeah, it don't make any sound. But
did you see the Jabba one there?
Yeah, no, I didn't see the Jabba one though.
Okay, because he's back out. So
yeah, I'm gonna weather this one. This is gonna be really cool when I'm done with it, and I'm gonna take it to Star Wars Celebration with me when I get them tickets. And I got this as well. Sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna hurry up, run back in. But I did get this Yoda little bust, which was really cool. I got this actually in Disney Springs, actually. And I'm gonna say Disney Springs was really cool. That's really, really awesome. The stores over there are really nice. I did not go far enough. Damn it! I wish I would have went farther.
There's another Star Wars store. There's two Star Wars stores in Disney Springs. So.
I'm upset about that. I didn't realize it went that far back. I was like, oh, maybe it just stops here. But yeah, but I had a good time. I really did. Like, I honestly say I shouldn't have did 3 parks in one day. Should not have done that.
I thought you were crazy when you were telling me that. So.
But I did do it. And I strong-armed it all the way.
What parks did you do in one day?
Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Magic Kingdom.
Ooh, I mean, you can add Epcot in with any one park, and it's not that big a deal. But man, you picked. That's tough.
Know. After talking to a little about it, I was like, damn, why didn't I go to Epcot? I'm a little upset about that.
Guardians of the Galaxy, man. That ride is I wrote it on Sunday.
Yeah, next time I'm going down by myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, you did 3 parks in one day at the cost of the rest of your family dying for several straight days.
Yeah, of course. Maybe. But I did enjoy my time with Alil, man, and his family, and I appreciated him for that, man. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, it was cool, fun times, man, fun times. that's it, man. That was really it. There's no collecting news that I know about that anything's coming out that's good. So yeah, that's it. I guess we can get in.
Hot Toys did release the Anakin.
Oh, that looks weird. I don't even know how
It
to.
looks more like him.
Yeah,
but from Ahsoka, like the Anakin in from Clone Wars, but in live action.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I did see a picture of, but I don't see it up here. So I was trying to find it real quick before you talk about it. But I just seen a picture of it. Like they don't have it anywhere. I don't see it anywhere.
It was supposed to be pre-ordered, and then I think it got delayed. So
they're probably gonna go in and fix the face.
They might.
You look too.
Because he had that weird half smile that he had when he was talking to Ahsoka.
Yeah.
In that show when he was talking to the young Ahsoka.
Yeah, that looks. I don't know. It looks like him though. It looks just like him.
It is him.
Yeah.
But it's probably not the
hair.
It's like he has sad eyes. It's like
he's a sad character. I mean,
the
hair doesn't look right.
You look into my eyes. It looks. I mean, little Ahsoka looks cool. I guess.
Yeah. Snips.
Yeah, I'm not into Hot Toys anymore, so like I'm not. I can, let that drop. I'm fine. It don't look bad though. It's just definitely the Ahsoka Anakin. Yeah. I mean, Hayden Christensen, man, dude, he is putting in the work.
Making a comeback.
Yeah, he's putting in the work this year, dog. He's going to every convention, every con that's coming. He's everywhere. He's going to be at Philadelphia in May. So I'm hoping to catch him. I don't have anything signed by him, so I got to get something signed by him. So I might have to sign myself up
for life-size bust.
No, I don't need that. No, I don't need that. All right. So the reason why we're here is
we
to talk about
3 episodes,
man,
to review, and we have 3 episodes left.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My reviews on these is gonna be very, 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 very easy. But
well, you and I kind of briefly talked about it earlier that I'm just kind of tired at this point.
Yeah, well,
I still enjoy it, but it's like, really? Come on. You're just dragging this out way more than it needs to be.
All right, hold on. Let me play the spoiler tag because we're about to spoil it. But not that everybody hasn't watched it already, but whatever. I had to stop it before I seen that .com.
Yeah, as Don B. Hunter, we agree. Like, if I don't care if my finger was in Star Wars, I'd be like, yep.
Word.
That was me.
See this finger? That was in Star Wars.
All right. So, episode 310, Identity Crisis.
The worst of the 3.
Oh, God. It was terrible. It was.
For one, what's his face shows up, Cad Bane, and murders the father and kidnaps a child. I'm like,
right?
Child
was that weird?
Like, that's weird.
I captured this image because I didn't realize until we saw this in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Either do all of these mountains naturally have these cutouts in them, or are there multiple facilities on this planet versus just a single mountain? I don't know. It just stood out to me. I'm like, yeah, the poor Aqualish, man, they are always the bad guys. In everything. They never have anybody who's, I mean, even with Greedo, I mean, he was a bad guy, but we've seen other Rhodians that aren't necessarily all bad. We have yet to see a single Aqualish who's not a bad guy.
Yeah, I didn't even know that character's name. I'm glad you brought it up though, because I had no idea what that thing was.
Well, if you ask Mark Hamill from back in the original trilogy days, what we knew as Walrus Man, they just referred to as Buttface.
Right. I always thought it was Walrus Man, but maybe I'm, whatever.
This was interesting because this was when he was looking at one of those. You could have thought that it was one of the pods for Necromancer with the Emperor clones, but he's looking at this data pad at like the assassins that he has out there. Yeah. And he mentions to the one that, like, they're not ready yet. They're not ready to be in the field. So he's obviously got more that he's working on. I don't know if it's a version 2.0 or
The robots, maybe.
I don't know. I know that
They're
there's a
not
lot of
robots.
no, they're definitely clones, and there's a lot of speculation as
It's
to.
tech.
I hope it's not.
It's
Dude,
tech.
I hope it's no one. I hope it's just a clone that's been altered to do what they do.
Well, it is a clone because you heard his voice and it sounded just like all the other clones, so it's the same voice actor. It's
Yeah.
tech. It's tech, especially because we'll talk about it in the next episode.
right.
But I'll bring it up. But yeah,
this was
this
this
is
is
a sad
boring
episode.
Yeah, it was sad as shit. Like I'm like, oh, little kids are trapped, and it just I don't know. They're all force sensitive, which okay is cool. The one kid wants to escape. Like I don't know. And then like this Cad Bane shit was like,
Yeah.
You didn't need to shoehorn him in here for this. Like I don't know why they did this. Like
I honestly don't think they had to shoehorn any character into this season. To be honest, they just shoehorned him in though.
I think it makes sense because we've seen him before in Clone Wars to where he's always the bounty hunter who's out collecting the force sensitive kids.
Is he?
And he was after Grogu and Mandalorian.
So
you're right.
He is their go-to guy with picking up because obviously he doesn't care. He's killing the mother right there in front of the kid, like whatever.
Yeah. What a piece
so
of shit.
He gets the job done. So they keep going back to him.
Yeah.
I do like some of the little things that they tie together, like the pram that they put the little kid in is very similar to what you see Grogu in later in The Mandalorian. So again, these things that just tie the universe together, I enjoy.
That makes sense. I never even look. I didn't even look at it and pay attention to it like that, to be honest. But I'm glad you did it.
I thought the same thing. Like okay.
So here's his poor
kid. They're gonna lead up right to the Mandalorian, but also keep telling us more detail about how Palpatine has somehow returned.
I'm hoping we do get that backstory of how Grogu got there. I'm curious. Well, I'm
actually shocked he wasn't here in this room.
Yeah.
Right? Because didn't they do testing on him? Like they had him at some point.
Yes, they did, didn't they? Or something. How did he get there? Because it was a bounty, right? Like I'm assuming he got there because he was surrounded by pirates or some shit like that, right? I can't remember.
They just referred to him. Yeah, he was just referred to as the asset. They knew that he was remember they were looking for him to continue this, after Palpatine's gone, but they're still looking to do it, and they recognize that he is still a force-sensitive being that's still out there somewhere. We don't know how he got to the pirates.
But it's weird because he was there when Order 66. He was there when Order 66 happened, and then
well,
there's a huge gap in between. Like,
well, they kept him well hidden.
Yeah, they really did. Like, that's crazy.
So,
yeah, I gotta know that story.
And here's where Nala Se kind of gets into Emery's head about the children, how horrible it is, and you kind of see this is the point where I think we all kind of figured it out early on, but you see that Emery is going to turn.
Of course he's going to turn.
It's not even a question of if, it's just a matter of when.
Yeah, it's just guaranteed.
Yes. I loved this part because it shows that separation. When you see A New Hope and he refers to Darth Vader as the last of his kind in religion,
right?
He has no idea that the Emperor is a Sith. And just how they're keeping it quiet, like he's overseeing the Empire as a whole. And he calls up the doctor and is like, look, you're using up too much resources. What's going on? He's like, oh, well, it's for the Emperor and it's classified. It's like, and you could just tell that
he's
very pissed.
I never really thought about that. And so you just said that. I never really realized that he probably never fucking knew that the Emperor was a Sith. That's very interesting. I never thought about that. But then again, he could have, because remember at the end of Rogue One, all three of them were together.
Well, but he doesn't know he's a Sith. He just knows that he was Senator Palpatine, who became Chancellor Palpatine, who became deformed because of the Jedi, and now he's the Emperor.
That's right.
There's no indication that he has anything more than great political aspirations.
That's right. I did.
So
about that. That's a
But
good
yeah,
I never thought about that. That's actually really, huh? Yeah,
but
maybe.
it's just the different layers within the empire and how they're even secretive among themselves.
Yeah, but see, that's what made their secretism and them being so secretive fucked them all up because clearly, obviously, they didn't know that they had a giant fucking hole in the fucking Death Star that could be destroyed. Hey, how about you just close that shit, you dum dums?
Well, again, that was they retconned that from Rogue One.
Yeah,
It was intentional. Then he hangs up one call and goes right to his next call with his assassin, who I really don't want it to be Tech. I really don't want it to be Tech.
It's totally Tech, dude. It's
I
yeah, I don't know, but he sends him out. I did a side by side because there was a lot of talk online where everybody was looking at the space station going, "Oh, this is from Star Trek," and I'm like, "No, it's not. The space station to the right is from Empires at War, the Star Wars strategy game."
Ed, deep cut.
So,
Ed, your research game is on point.
it's ridiculous.
It is great.
Your geek knowledge is disgusting.
Through the roof, my friend. Congratulations. You definitely get Star Wars Nerd of the Year.
Emery goes to pick up the baby from Cad Bane, and I like how she asks where the child comes from, and then he just kind of looks at her and goes, asking questions like that gives away more than you think. It's like, ooh, he knows you're gonna turn just from asking that one question and how you asked it. Yeah. But he doesn't care. I mean, he got his money.
Yeah, he's just there for the money.
So, and then it ends when she gives that Force sensitive kid the little doll that Omega made.
Again, you enjoy this episode. This is a boring fucking episode to me.
No, again,
I was in one episode and I was like, oh, that was so boring.
This could have been told in 10 minutes.
Agreed.
Well, you could have combined so much of this and had it run together. Yeah.
Episode 311, Point of
No Return.
Now, I'm gonna say the last 5-10 minutes of this,
with the action and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I was interested, and although I knew they weren't going to be able to come up with a plan, I knew that. But in this episode is where I really thought this is Tech, that assassin's Tech.
Why now? Why did you think
I'll tell you when Omega goes up into that room with her friend and she pulls out the goggles and leaves them on there on the mantle with aren't those Tech's goggles?
Yes. A little foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yes.
God damn foreshadowing. I tell you, boy, this fucking show.
Yeah, there they are.
There you go.
There they are, right there.
I was like, okay, that's Tech. If the audience didn't know, that's gonna be Tech.
Did you see? This is the again my nerddom coming in when her droid gets dropped down. As far as the device they use to like suck up and lower the droid, I'm like, oh, that's the same thing they used in the Sandcrawler in A New Hope. And there it is.
Deep cut.
Those are the little things that I love. Ties the galaxy together.
Oh,
yes. He parks in the same cave that everybody parks in, which is why I put the little sign up there that they might as well have a public parking.
Yo, right? Like, why do y'all not have a detector at this point to be
exactly?
Okay, it makes no sense. Like the shit that they get away with in the show is just like, come on, man, y'all ain't this goddamn stupid. Y'all are the Bad Batch. Like, yo, y'all should have shit on every angle of this island easily. It's a little island, mind you. The island ain't but so big. Like, how the surroundings, you not knowing what's going on?
Yeah, I think
shame on the Bad Batch for that one.
I would have put a ring camera down there.
Easy.
Just that easy.
It's really
here's where he saves Gonki as they blow up the ship.
Yeah,
and think that he's dead again.
I forgot those kids was there. Those 3 kids was there.
Yeah, that was got just a little cameo, but cool that they were there and
Yeah.
sent him off to help. Great shot.
That was a good
When
shot.
that thing drops in
It's nice.
and they start sending the ships down.
It's pretty cool.
And this whole part is dark.
It was really good. It was really
yes.
good. I got to give them credit for that because I didn't know. I honestly didn't know what was going to happen. I honestly thought that they were actually going to get away, and then they fucking go and blow up the damn what's their ship called? The Bad Batch ship. Oh, damn it! What the hell is that thing called?
I don't remember.
It'll come back to me.
Yeah, I keep the Razor Crest is the only thing that's jumping into my head.
I know.
But
Well, they just pulled a
But
Razor
it's
Crest
not
on us.
the Razor Crest.
Yeah,
No.
they pulled a Razor Crest on us, but it is called the Marauder. Thank you. The Marauder, which was a cool ship.
Oh, I
They
know.
had to
It was
blow
a
it up.
very cool ship.
Yeah, they had to blow the shit up. Now they blew it up. Now what? Like, damn. All right, cool. Thanks, toys. Thanks a lot. Like now I can't sell any more Marauder toys. But this is the last season anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, the way the Empire rolls in and just takes over.
Yo, this shot right here. Boom. Yo, when he was like, oh, it's somebody's inside, he was like, man, fuck it, boom. It just blasted him. I was like, oh,
Yep.
that's hard. Like he did not care. I did not think he was going to do that. So,
And at this point, they now assume that 2 of the 3 Bad Batch are dead.
right. But then, I mean, I kind of knew at some point she's going to give herself up because I know Omega is, was not going to let all these people get killed for her.
Yep.
So it's that age, you know how it is, sacrifice myself for everybody,
Oh, yeah.
Obvious story at this point.
And just as Crosshair said, it wasn't going to work. They took away her transmitter and he got all hung up and couldn't hit the ship with a tracker.
Which is weird. I'm surprised she didn't put it in her hat because I just knew it was going to be in her hat at the the end. I was like, oh,
or she should have had 2 trackers, right? Like it was like scene 1 and they'd be like, oh, there you go. It's not like they scanned her again.
Yeah. That little meditation and then that one ends.
Yeah.
And here's this week's episode.
312 Juggernaut. Dude, a little.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, yo, when are you just gonna get to the mountain already? Like, get there already instead of going through every obstacle, every little dang thing. It makes like, yo, I get it, the storyline, just spread it out, but you just spread this thing so thin. I'm so tired and bored. I'm just like, again.
Yeah. This is drug out way too much at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, these 3 episodes should have been 2 at max.
I thought you were crazy when you said it, but I kind of, I knew it. But now, in hindsight, now it's just like, man, they are just giving us them every week, just dragging.
Wow.
Why, like, unless it's something like X-Men 97, like week to week, it's hard to stay engaged. Like, no joke. Like last week, Ed, you texted us, and I'm like, well, I haven't even watched this stuff yet. And I'm like, I think
I told you I watched it, and I was like, same thing.
I crammed all 3 episodes before this, and then cleansed my palate with X-Men 97. So.
yeah, you got to do that. I mean, at this point.
I mean, again, there's some good story beats here. Like, this is not terrible. I did like them, taking it, going into that base, having that kind of battle with that. I don't know what kind of vehicle that was that they were ramming through everything. I thought that was cool. Visually,
Juggernaut.
Good.
Juggernaut, yeah.
Was that a Juggernaut? Is that what? Okay. I thought that part was cool, but again, it was like drawn out. Like it was so drawn out. Like they introduced this guy, and I'm like, oh my god, who is this guy? Like the guy that they were going to get.
Well, he's from season 1.
I know, I didn't remember him, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, I know this guy.
Yeah.
But still.
But even that just goes to show to where it's okay, we need to find her. Well, I have a way. Okay, and then we find the guy and he goes, well, and I have a way. I'm like, really? It's like 6 degrees of separation here.
Yeah.
Like, just stop.
Like, dude, like,
Yeah.
you trying to tell me, dude, you knew where you was going the whole time? And you trying to tell me you didn't want to tell us because you didn't want to go back, bro? For real? Yo.
Well, when he says that and starts grabbing that hand, yeah, I'm hoping that they at least let us know what is the significance of that. Because they're setting it up.
Yeah. You could have got away with
something.
episodes with this
It's something.
That.
I'd rather you tell me more about what happened with Crosshair and why he grabs his hand than give me the reveal that it's Tech. And of
You
course,
know it's Tech, right?
No.
Yeah, obviously.
It's gonna be Tech.
It's gonna be Tech. If it's Tech and then like we get that reveal on the last episode, that's gonna be bullshit. Like at least give it to us on the second to last episode. So then, and yo, this is the worst part of all this is why is it where the fuck is Echo at? Where is Echo the whole time in this show?
Well, I actually heard somebody talking about that, and they made a good point to where it would be great to have him here, but because of the abilities that he has, because each of the Bad Batch have a very special kind of ability that makes them who they are. If you bring Echo in, it diminishes the importance and the sacrifice of Tech because it's like, oh, well, Tech's gone, but we didn't really need him because Echo can do everything that Tech did.
Oh, well.
So, I mean, it's a valid point.
For a reason.
Yeah. Redundancy.
Yeah, like, come on. Like, yo, if you lose one, you got another one. Like, I mean, hey, Tech is gone.
They are clones.
I mean,
make up some more.
Yeah, man.
Her little move here was pretty cool as far as just cutting the power and making it seem like they're just an inanimate object just falling out of the sky.
Yeah, that ship sucks, though. That ship is the worst constructed ship I've ever seen. I hate that ship. I'm like, what is this kind of like? It looks like what the one of the Emperor Imperial ships from the back, and then just like it looks like a sand crawler in the front. It's like,
Tidarian shuttle with a sand crawler strapped on.
It's like,
I see that.
Yeah, terrible.
Although I'm glad they didn't tell us because when she came in, she's like, "Oh, well, I came in the secret way." I'm like, "Please don't have her parked in the cave. Please don't have her." But they didn't tell us, so I was fine with that.
Probably parked in the cave though.
But I think they did. Didn't she say she was underneath?
Yeah, but they didn't show it. I'm glad they didn't show it.
It was in the cave.
This was a fun part though. I did like this part, like when they were on the bridge and
and it's beautiful. Like the artwork, the animation, it's really good. It was very reminiscent, and again, the little things that tie the universe together, like that.
Reminded me of
that slide here definitely had a feel from the beginning of Rogue One, like when they bust her out of prison. So again, it's just that flavor that you kind of go, okay, this is Star Wars. So
yeah,
I know there was a lot of people talking online with this and the those that were captured to the right of Crosshair is what everybody thinks is the same species as Zeb.
I didn't even see it. I couldn't even see it really well.
So it's hard to see from that one, but there's other screenshots. And again, being a species that was pretty much eliminated by the Empire, whenever one pops up, it becomes a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
This was just cool. The two of them kind of battling it out on the bridge.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I actually enjoyed that part.
So, and we all saw this in the initial trailer way back when.
In the original, and then we all know what was going to happen. And I mean, yeah,
this poor guy got sandwiched along the wall.
Yeah, I wanted to hear the
the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, I wanted to hear that. And I don't hear that every episode. It'd be pointless. Like
that would have been funny.
Yeah.
They are dragging him off as they make their escape.
Yeah. Back to this part, and I don't know. That was it. I mean, there's not really much else that was going on. Nope. Oh, you're here with the rest of these kids.
Yeah.
And Now these kids will plan a breakout, and they'll break out because they're all force sensitive, and boom, 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 they're gonna break out. The Bad Batch is already gonna be on the mountain already. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna get them all back together, and then whatever. I don't know what this is.
This is when Echo will show up because they're going to want to rescue as many of these clones as they can. So it'll be a big family reunion for the breakout. She's going to teach them to meditate.
But is that the end of the story? No, it can't be.
I don't know. I mean, we have 3 episodes.
They're going to end it with 3 episodes to go with a satisfactory ending.
You think so? You think it'll be all murder? Everybody dies?
I don't know if it's going to be death. I don't know what they're going to do here. It's so much buildup, right? Like it's so much filler buildup that.
A little. Tell me your theory though. You told me a theory that it's just like I don't. I mean, it could, but who knows?
I mean, the everyone dies theory.
No, the Ray theory.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was not my theory. I think it was, I can't remember what YouTube, it was either New Rockstars or Screen Crush, was saying that Omega might be Ray's mom. And that's how they're going to tie it in and start improving the sequel trilogies. You know, like with these type of Easter eggs throughout. I mean, they've already started, right? Because we saw Snoke in Mandalorian. We saw the Snoke body in one of those
tubes,
cryogenic tube things, and
you
know, it would make sense, right? That it's you know, it's not going to be, you know, she's not going to be pregnant, and you know, but it's going to be her DNA that's going to help create Rey or be a part of that. Maybe not her mom, but maybe, you know, the lineage. It's Omega that creates Rey.
And so isn't Rey's father supposed to be like one of the Emperor clones?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he is the clone that works from Omega, and then that's, you know,
and they go off.
However you do it, because it's funny because I was watching with Mia, and Sean knew this because Mia was talking about it in the car, and she was correcting me on things because she likes the show. But it's like they all have this weird parental thing together. Like even like Hunter and Omega, it's like a father-daughter thing. Yet they're like clones of the same thing. They're like they're more brother-sister or something like that. Than, you know, so like, there's so many of these that are all kind of intertwined. That who knows what, right? Like, and was he the clone that worked? I mean, that's what we're told. But Dave Filoni can change that, right?
He could.
You know, maybe the father wasn't the clone. Maybe he took the baby, or you know, baby Rey, and took her away.
Maybe it's the green kid.
Who knows?
Oh, dude. The theories. There's so many theories. You know what's going to be worse if this is not a good ending. If it all just came down to it, and it was just like the worst ending. It's just like, ugh.
Well, it's 3 episodes left, which is I'm not happy about, right? Because it's like it feels like we've gone nowhere.
Yeah, like you have to rush it now. You had all this time.
It feels like we've known from episode 1 what they were leading to. We knew this project Necromancer was happening, and this was happening. So, like, why do we keep going to all these different stops, having all these different things, having people talk about M count? Like, we already knew this. You could have given us kind of a bigger ending to this story, and at least, I don't know.
I agree with you, Lil. I definitely agree.
And who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these next 3 episodes are going to be killer, and it's going to fix everything.
Dude, if these 3 episodes are not good, I swear to God, next week if we gotta go on a hunt, one last hunt to get to the mountain. What is this? Tantus. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Well,
right, they got to do one more mission to get information to get
more goddamn mission. Are you kidding me?
You know, it's just like all this stuff, right? All over again. It's like
the episode titles for our last 3. The next one is Into the Breach. Then you have Flash Strike, And then the final one is the cavalry has arrived.
Oh God! So the last episode.
Enter Echo.
So the last
and
episode
the rest of the clones. Yep.
Is there a length of each episode or
no? So it makes you wonder. Into the Breach, is that when they are finally, even if it's in the last 5-10 minutes, that they're finally going to Tantus?
They're going to get to Tantus.
Flash strike. Everything's going sideways.
Yep.
And then 15, the cavalry has arrived, is when they finally
Captain
get the
Rex
word out.
And all those other dudes show up to help them out.
All of the clones who
Wolf, Cody, it'd be a giant battle on Mandalore kind of shit.
And everybody except the clones that we know survive, and Omega are the only ones that make it out.
Omega goes with Captain Rex.
Yeah, Omega, Rex, Wolf.
Yeah.
Was there like 2 more?
It was Gregor, wasn't it?
Yeah, Gregor. That's the only group that actually gets away alive. All the rest of them go down with the ship.
Oh, man, that would suck.
Which
they all sacrifice themselves one by one.
Dude, but they did that same shit in what was it? Was it Rebels? It was remember Rebels? Everybody, like, I think Gregor died in Rebels, didn't he? Or Wolf? One of them died and everybody started sacrificing, like people were dying. I remember, I think in Rebels. Because Kanan died. Like people started dying in the last couple episodes. So I don't know. Oh boy. Well, it's fun while it lasted, I guess.
Yep.
And now, welcome to the X-Men '97 show. Now,
yes, that'll be Friday. That's it. We said it all. 3 episodes, 10 o'clock.
3 to go.
Yeah, 3 more to go. Till next week, man. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you like, subscribe.
You're not giving them a lot to look forward to next week.
I am not, dude. I'm a little burnt out on this one, but we'll see what happens.
I feel terrible.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling. I got a real bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
He's already ready for it. Look at that.
Oh man. Well, listen, like, subscribe, share. If you've never been here before, give a comment. Hey, we want to hear what if we're doing something right, we're doing something wrong. Please, let us know.
And did you like these shows? Do you like these episodes? Like maybe there's something that we're missing. I'm not the big fan. I feel like I'm more like a newbie, especially compared here to Ed. Ed's calling out stuff that I'm like, I don't even know who that character was. I'm like, all right, cool.
Deep cuts.
But yeah, let us know what you thought. Are you enjoying this season of Bad Batch?
Yeah, that's what we want to know. Till next week, man. This is Sean.
And Solo.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you.
Always.